Hi and welcome to Innovative Water Solutions Inc. My name is AJ and today I'm going to be teaching you how can busy people get crystal clear pools and superior air quality without spending thousands and thousands of pesos on chemicals and especially chlorine. So I've seen a lot of pools experiencing all sorts of problems like algae, cloudiness, chlorine odor, floating debris, and these problems are related to water filtration. So in fact, 95% of all the pool problems are related to water filtration. And guess what? Almost all the pool owners I know suffer from one of these issues. So either algae or chlorine odor or stinging eyes because of the pool water. And but why is that? Why are these problems in the pool when they actually have a pool filtration system? So the problem is the approach to filtration when it comes to pools. Now, this is the standard pool filtration approach in the Philippines. So step number one is to get a filter. It could be cartridge, DE filter, or a sand filter. And the usual choice is a DE filter. Step number two is get a pump. So how is the pump sized? So the answer is based on the filter type and the size, which is okay because they follow a catalog provided by the brand, right? So Hayward, they usually have a catalog, and that's how they size it. That's how they know how much sand to put in, which is okay, except it's always the filter that dictates the filtration speed. So usually in the catalog, they have a filter size and they have the maximum volume of water that you can push through the filter. Not always right, because there are different kinds of filter medias that you can put into the tank, and their efficiency dictates the filtration speed. So you'll learn more about it eventually as you continue to watch our other videos as well. So, and that's the reason the sand filters are often frowned upon by pool builders and pool owners, is because the pools still look cloudy after the filtration has happened from a sand filter. But the truth is the pump is usually oversized for filtration and undersized for backwash purpose. That's why people end up using a DE filter. I have nothing personal against DE filters. I'll just explain to you. DE filter is forgiving, and that is you can have high flow rates and still get good water clarity. Problem is the maintenance and the frequent purchases of DE powder. Okay, so number three is using chlorine to disinfect water. This is used for daily sanitation and periodic shocking or chlorine shock of the pools. Now, most people say terms like 90%, which only proves that they have very little idea about chlorine in general. And I don't blame them. This is not their field. But regardless, chlorine is the most popular way of disinfecting. We'll make another video on this topic, so keep an eye on our channel, right? So, but why do people follow this version of filtration? The answer is, well, that's the only way they know. Sometimes the pool owners or builders end up using a better technology like UV or ozone generators, but that's only for pool disinfection. And also that's far too few in between, not to mention the high prices of these technologies, but nothing in terms of filtration. So the main problem therefore still remains, which is the algae, the cloudiness, the chlorine odor, so on and so forth, right? So today I'll discuss how to have a biological approach to pool water and why this method is a better way. So if you leave a pool on its own without any filtration and at a tropical temperature, which is perfect, Philippines is perfect for that, and without any water movement, what happens? The answer is that it becomes a pond. It becomes full of nutrients, which is the food for both bacteria and algae. Eventually, it becomes a habitat for various parasites and other insects and animals. with the new way of filtration, we simply do the opposite, right? So we take away the nutrients and move the water continuously, and we're able to remove or resolve the algae problem. No chlorine shock whatsoever. Now, to fix the bacteria problem, we use filters that do not allow bacteria to grow in the first place. So now most people use chlorine to fix this issue, and they use a lot of chlorine. But we don't. In fact, we find ways to ensure bacteria don't have the perfect habitat to grow and thrive. So how do we do that? Before we solve this problem, let's establish the truth, which is you cannot stop bacteria from entering your pool. And bacteria don't live alone. They live in colonies called biofilms. And these biofilms cannot be killed at even higher dosages of chlorine. Since chlorine cannot kill them, they combine. The chlorine combines with biofilm and are responsible for creating this horrible chlorine odor. We get sore eyes, itchy skin, rashes, infections, and other health complications. In order for bacteria to form biofilm, they need a substrate to feed and grow on. The best place is your filter. It's closed. It has stagnant water because you don't move the water continuously, and has a good temperature for bacteria to thrive. Filters are where these biofilms are made, and since filters have the biggest surface area, it becomes a biofilm production factory. So to avoid this, we use AFM activated filter media, which is a filter media that is bioresistant. We simply take a sand filter and put AFM in it. It is a self-sterilizing filter media and does not allow any bacteria to grow on its surface. Since bacteria cannot grow, no biofilm, no problems. Next, we use ATF, flocculant, and coagulant. It's a chemical that takes these small micro debris, smaller than 1 micron, 1 micrometer, and combines them to form bigger particles. And this allows to effectively filter down to 0.1 micron. The water becomes exceptionally clear, and you can see 25 meters underwater. Yes, the water is really that clear. Now, if the hydraulics or the water circulation in the pool is not good, we recommend using a flock pump or a dosing pump in order to introduce APF into the system. Trust me, the initial cost is maybe high, but it will save you a headache for a long time. Now, and instead of using only chlorine, we also dose ACO, which not only protects chlorine, but it also amplifies the power of the sun by using the UV rays from the sun and turning them into hydroxyls, which are the most powerful oxidants on the planet. This way you can easily oxidize pharmaceutical waste, the hormones from human pee, and the chemical waste like makeup, lotions, sunblocks, and other stubborn bacteria which are chlorine resistant. And this chemical is non-hazardous and does not produce any toxic byproducts, which chlorine does. And it's also quite affordable, and it lasts for a very long time, very low dosages. If you filter water this way, your chlorine consumption will lower by 80%. That's a lot of savings, right? And no more chlorine, no more toxic byproducts. That's the main point here. No more chlorine, no more toxic byproducts. Say goodbye to sore eyes, itchy skin, dysentery, rashes, chlorine odor, and also say goodbye to algae growth, cloudiness of the pool, and floating dirt, and so many other pool water filtration problems. Now, we call this system DAISY, and we can turn your existing pool filtration system into one. To learn more about this, get in touch with us through Facebook and or our phone number in the link below. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.